Hello fellow AGD coders, and welcome to another video. And in today's video we're going to look at a very simple way to implement a block detection routine which can detect any type of block that a sprite has passed over. So it works in the same way as the custom or the deadly block code. In fact, it uses that same code, but it can be applied to any block type. So as you can see here, I have just a very simple screen with a few blocks. This is block type here 250, but it's a completely arbitrary number and it could be any number at all that you want to detect. And as you can see, I've got a sprite set up here, and when I move it around it's not doing anything, but as soon as it hits a block I've set it so that the border will change there. And changing a border is quite a good way of doing sort of bug testing and things like this to make sure that something is working. So there we can see that it's certainly working. Okay, so this code doesn't require any additional assembly loading or anything like that, because we're going to put the code directly into the event, because it's quite a short routine. So it's just going to be a series of numbers, and let's take a look at those numbers now. Obviously this one is the player sprite, so we'll take a look here. We've got some movement code, and then we've got these 8 numbers here. The first thing you'll see is we've set rand to be 0, and then the following commands, as you can see here, are all assembly commands, and the only one that you would need to change in this list of numbers is this number here, 250, because that's the one that we want to detect. All the other numbers should remain exactly the same, because they are the actual routines that will be running in order to detect the block. And at the bottom there you'll see we've got checking if rand is 250, because what this routine does is it actually looks at block 250, it looks for block 250 around the sprite, and it then stores it. If it's found it, it stores that value in the variable rand. So the variable rand will still be 0 if the block hasn't been detected. And obviously variable rand can be used as a temporary variable without any problems, because it's obviously just used as a random variable, so you can use it everywhere else. So yeah, basically it loads a register with the value you're looking for, which in this case would be 250. Then it runs the detect routine, and then it puts the value back into rand. So it's as simple as that, really, straightforward. Only 8 numbers that you have to put in, and that will only take up 8 bytes of code as well, so it's very economic. So basically, yeah, that's all you need to do. So let's go back out, and what I'll do is I'll make another block here, and this time we'll use a different number. Let's say we'll just use 4, it's just arbitrary, and we'll change the color. So obviously, as I said, the first thing that you would want to do, let me just put a few blocks here, and what you'll need to do is 2 things. The first thing you'll need to do is change this number to the number you want to detect here, but obviously if you now run it, you can see it's not detecting that anymore, but it's also not detecting the purple ones. And the reason for that is that as well as changing the number on the script, we also have to change the number at the bottom as well. So as well as changing the number here, 205, we also, just above 205, number 4, we also need to change that one to 4 as well, because otherwise it won't detect it. But now you can see, there you go, it is working just fine. So to work for any particular block, you have to change those 2 parameters, the second number there and the if rand equals, those 2 there, 4 and 4. But apart from that, that routine will work perfectly to detect any type of block, so you're no longer limited to just custom and deadly in terms of detection. So I hope you found that useful. I know it's something that a lot of people were interested in, and yeah, that's about it for today. I hope that you found that useful. As always, you can find us on Facebook at the AGDX user group, and please like and subscribe, and happy coding. Thanks a lot. Bye.